Okay, just a quickie video here. I've got this HP 21 VT on the stand, and I've been running it since yesterday. I haven't put more than one tank or 1.5 tanks through it, but I've been running it several times for short periods of time. And I don't know if it's just a piece of shit or if this is just how it goes. I know my 49 VT, I had no issues getting it to idle down and run right at all. This engine just does not want to run right at all, and you'll see here it's pretty cold. It's been about 10 minutes since the last run. I've got the Rossi plug in here that came with it, an APC 9.6 prop, some 5% Omega fuel with added castor. And what you'll see on this run is I'm going to leave it at full throttle the entire time, and you'll see that as it heats up, the RPM, the peak RPM drops off, which is not completely uncommon for some engines. As they heat up, they tend to lose some power, but this engine will not hold an idle at all below even 5,000 RPM. It just starts to die, and believe me, I have screwed with the needle valve settings. I try to keep it pretty rich because I think this engine was new or run once, but it's a bugger. And the last thing I did before the end of the last run is I turned this low-speed mixture in another half a turn. There's no documentation or anything that says where the set point is of that. There's no throttle stop screw on this carb, because in fact when it's fully closed, that's the choke. That's how you choke it. So with all that said, I said a short video. Let's try and run this thing again and see what it does. So to choke it, fully closed, and rotate. Open, you see fuel drop out. Apply the igniter at full throttle. Okay, so it was slightly better that time. Now, when I had my finger on the needle valve, I wasn't really moving it. There was a couple of times I moved it a click down and a click open, 1 or 2 clicks, but that was it. 1 click made a big difference. The overall thing is not too boiling hot, so I don't think it's overheating. And it did actually let me go down just about to the 5,000 RPM level, and it didn't die. So perhaps my adjustment here of leaning it a half a turn helped, or maybe it's just that it's getting broke in, because I've been reading that sometimes these particular engines can take a long time to get broken in. Now, that is not what I experienced with my 49 VT at all. Within 3 tanks, I was able to get that thing to idle down to like 3,200 RPM and go really good transition, so it was really good. So this is a little bit different animal, but that was a better run. It's actually about the best run I've had with this engine thus far, so I'm kind of glad I got it on video. But anyway, more to come from this engine as I run it some more.